Yeah, right.
Yeah, they don't know what it is. They don't know what it
Stress gonna
is.
put you in a wheelchair when? I'm getting a
What's
wheelchair.
wrong with you? I told them it's all in my head.
It's Donna, right?
Yeah.
Cole Miller with Coin. I think we maybe have bumped into you a time or two in the
Can I get
past.
your card? Yeah.
Yeah, I got one in the car. I'll make sure to get one to you before we take off for the night.
Yeah, and anybody here will be available if you guys have questions after or whatever.
Yeah,
I think you know the most important thing is we're going to be focusing on the victims and speaking about their names. I mean, Donna and I and Eli and actually all these guys just spend time with families of victims and
this is a huge thing. And we've got people that are like some would say they're in a gatekeeper position. I don't know, they go between. They're really compromised.
I actually sent him a whole bunch of info
triggers
today.
people.
Yeah, I got some reading for this weekend.
Me Too issue. You got it.
Right on.
Be careful when you're getting research from a writer. You might not ever get finished reading.
Get it over your head, a little buried in.
That's all right. That's your job, not mine.
That's right. Well, yeah, we'll just kind of let you guys
Well, at
do your
least,
thing.
I mean,
We'll
we just want to bring receipts. Right? I don't want to assert anything that we're saying and then not have.
I'm gonna smoke afterwards because I get stupid.
You get stupid? No, I don't want you stupid.
All right, well, we'll just stand by and when you guys are ready, we'll...
Sounds good.
All right.
Eli, did you want to take a couple pics?
Out here, Eli.
Mikey, you got the fire ready pretty quick?
Yeah, you touch a match to it, it's gonna go. Yeah, pretty much just all lighter fluid.
I can smell it.
Yeah,
Should light up in a
Yeah, I've got the
what do you
picture.
say those matches? Anybody got a match?
All right. That's right. We're gonna go live at 8. I forgot about that. Yep. I think that's good timing. We're 3 minutes from 8.
Yeah.
All right. Who's live streaming? Eli's live streaming. Bob, are you live?
No.
Okay.
I'm just running my cell phone camera because there's enough cameras here.
Yep. Absolutely.
And you should wait for it to die down a little bit.
Throw
So
this
that everybody
camera out
these guys
here.
won't flare.
Anybody that would like to grab a candle, please do. I'll be
Somebody
holding one.
take my baby down, sir.
Yeah.
I
Here.
need my Bentley down.
Bentley.
Here. I'm gonna stand with you.
I'm a little bit better.
Okay.
It's shoulder.
Yep. You got a bum?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little piece of metal there.
Oh yeah. I see that. I think that's Eli's camera equipment. Is that yours, Eli? Is this your stick?
That is a monopole of mine, yes. Sorry. So
No problem. No problem.
I will get this to like
My butt's wet. Don't take a picture of my crap.
Okay, no falling into the fire. That was not good on Survivor. It's bad for TV.
I did. Ooh, this picture.
I'm sorry?
You got the picture?
It's inside. They're up here somewhere.
Yeah. We're looking forward to
Thank
this.
you guys all so much for watching today's date. It is April 5th, 2019. The time is now 7:55 p.m.
It is indeed 7:55.
Well, we're actually watching Jeff Black, Thomas Black here make this week.
All right, let's just get
Time
this
is now
going.
7:55.
We're live.
No, man, you're not. You're good. We're witnessing. Back up a little bit. So peaceful.
I want to be on fire. Come
Peaceful
on.
action, direct action. That is here to bring attention to the victims of Oregon. Not only just Me Too, which is amazing for me.
Goldsmith. Let's get that. Yep. Oh shit! Did I knock that over? I'm sorry. I'm walking at the wrong stuff. Sorry, man. All right.
People seem to have a selective.
Hey
All right.
everyone. Sorry for the kind of crazy footage here. We're going to be addressing victims tonight, and we're going to be disposing appropriately of the picture of Neil Goldschmidt that was hanging in Ted Wheeler's office, despite the fact that he murdered the life of his victim by raping her as a child. She committed suicide shortly before she was 50. So that's really important tonight. We're here for her because Ted has neither any class, nor any conscience, nor any ability to stand for the people. And we're here to stand for the people. We're tired of Ted, and we're not going to wait for Ted. So we're going to get this thing going here. And I think what I'm going to do is put this on the fire and let my dear friend Donna Hayes here speak while Neil Burns, very appropriately. So here we go.
Can we see the picture one more time?
Yeah, sure. Let's get it going into the fire here.
This is the last we'll see of it.
This is the last anybody will see of this child rapist.
Thank you very much, Chef Black.
Burn, Neil, burn.
That is amazing. That's great.
Donna, please, can you speak on behalf of the victims, including Elizabeth, the victim of Neil Goldschmidt?
I think having that picture is telling a bad story of this city and what it's capable of doing. And I think it's really bad. That should have took it. The state took that picture down. And we can tell that Ted is, like I call him, one-term Ted. And that he's not going to last another term. He doesn't care about the people. As I call him, spineless jellyfish, he is. He's spineless. And he doesn't stick up for the citizen. He's all city, no citizen. And he has to have a balance for the city as well as the
Never know. He's gonna burn good there, Jeff.
He's gonna burn.
All right. That sucker ain't gonna be in my house anymore. I'm tired of that asshole in my house. Sorry, guys.
It's a balance that he needs to have for the city as well as the citizens of this city. And I'm personally tired, and I'm looking forward to his term being up. And he's not going to be elected again. As I call him, one-term Ted.
So, Donna, when I met you, it was the first anniversary for your grandson, Quantus Moose Hayes, who was murdered by the Portland police. Since that time, we've lost John Elifritz, Patrick Kimmons, Andre Gladden. Who else have we lost? I feel like I'm forgetting one. Jason Washington, who was lost at Portland State, but absolutely on city property. And
Terrell Johnson.
Yeah, Terrell Johnson.
John Elifritz as well.
Yep, John Elifritz. So, Donna, you work extensively daily as one of the leaders of the Pacific Northwest Family Circle. Can you talk about the families and the impact of Ted's lack of control over the Portland police, of Chief Daniel Outlaw's failure, and of the fact that Portland police continue to kill people of color and people in mental health crisis?
I think that the Portland police, they're a joke right now because they don't do anything right. They run in and shoot. Never once think what they do to the family. Our families their sleep has been changed. I don't sleep. I have such weird hours of sleep. People crying, families crying still because of their lost loved ones. Mothers without their children. Last hugs. No more hugs. No more speaking to their family. It's a horrible thing what police do. They don't think. And I've got my OIR report, and it said that they could have did something different. My grandson could be alive today. And I'll never forgive him. And I'm going to fight until my end. It's going to be some change. They're going to be held accountable. Even the district attorney, he's pathetic. I'm right this moment is looking into finding someone else to run against him because he's been sitting in that seat He got in first through someone retiring, and now he's been sitting unopposed. It's time for that to stop. He doesn't do his job. The police doesn't do their job. And Ted doesn't do their job. I'm tired of all three groups.
Can you talk about the murder of Andre Gladden? His family will be holding a vigil tomorrow at 3 p.m. Can you talk about the murder of Mr. Gladden and the fact that he was blind and you've met his family and the grief they're going through?
You can visibly see that man is blind. He's got a uphill eye. You can see it. The police seen that man was blind. He's walking around with a gown on, barefoot. There was something wrong. It wasn't worth shooting him for. Now his family is tore up because of their loss of their loved one. And it was unnecessary. And that knife, where did he carry that knife? I mean, he got on a hospital gown. I mean, he had to been walking down the street carrying a knife like that. So that's made up. And I'm tired of the made up stuff. It's ridiculous. And that family, he came and visited. That's the sad part. He was a visitor.
From Sacramento, California.
And this is what we do to visitors.
So, was he 100% blind or just legally blind?
He was 100% blind.
He was blind in
had
one
eye removed, and the other eye that he had no usable vision. So the idea of him wielding a knife is pretty far-fetched. John Acker, what's going on is that is the remnants of the Neil Goldschmidt photo that came out of City Hall today. Oh, I'm sorry, not today, a week ago, Wednesday. Since Ted Wheeler doesn't have the courage, the class, or the empathy to take down a child rapist, we'll do it for him. And we're going to do a lot of things for Ted, since Ted's useless now. Eli, is there anything you'd like to say, sir?
I said a lot. I said everything that I wanted to say in the very beginning. Thank you very much, Jeff. It's a real issue in the city of Portland, as we all know. Just look at the news reports. Terry Beaton was just re-indicted again. That's good. Just to throw it out there, a lot of local politicians have taken their money, and maybe it's time that they should give that back, and we should draw a line in the sand and say, look, maybe Black Lives Matter before Green Lives, or children's lives matter more than Green Lives, or people lives matter more than Green Lives.
Now, Eli, the Portland police have been trying to set you up, trying to put you in jail, trying to ruin your life, trying to get you killed for as long as I've known you, and before that. Can you kind of talk about the fact you've actually been accused of stalking a police chief while she was carrying her sidearm with other officers?
So I'm not going to talk about that. And
Okay.
really,
We can talk about that later.
You know, if I live an extremely public life. You can find all my videos at 5,000 published. YouTube.com/Son of Hightower. I know that the state might not consider YouTube a valid, credible source, but I just want to remind you that they prosecute people constantly using YouTube videos. So,
and this is about the corruption at City Hall, right? This is about victims of child rape. This is about victims of being set up by the G4 security people that work in City Hall, being set up by the Portland police, lies, being called sexual predators and criminals when they're not. And you know who are sexual predators and criminals? The people that are giving money and on the walls of City Hall. Those are who the sexual predators and criminals are. And when they call the public sexual predators and criminals and try and frame them, you should ask them to maybe look in the mirror. Coin 6 is here, so I think you guys will probably have a decent chance to see some of this on Coin 6 tonight at 11 or maybe over the weekend. Thank you guys, Coin, for coming. We really appreciate it. This is really important to people that work with victims of police murder and civil rights violations in Portland. So I really thank you guys for being here.
government
I
accountability.
have something brief for you, Jeff.
Yeah, Mike Smith, also known as Mike Blue Hair, a good friend of mine, well-known cop watcher, was out at Standing Rock, was also out at Ferguson. Mike and I have known each other since I was writing about Ferguson. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people in the community that throw a lot of shade at cop watchers, First Amendment auditors, those of us that would like to go into the halls of power and challenge that power. And we mess up. You know, sometimes we make mistakes. But I would, you know, challenge the public. If you don't like what we're doing, pick up a camera and start dealing with that kind of scrutiny that we get. Because until you're in our shoes, you don't understand that every single little thing that we do, we get prosecuted for. Every single little thing that we do, we run the risk of arrest. So it's not that we're just running around looking for, the next viral video. We put, our reputation, our freedom, our economic lives, on the line for what we do. And if you don't like what we do or think you can do it better, I mean, I'd be super thrilled if more people would pick up cameras and start doing it themselves. And I'm not meaning, I don't want to be snotty to people. I mean, I welcome the help.
Right on.
Yeah.
And you guys should know, when you hear anybody that's called a cop watcher that is